Welcome back to our afternoon coverage at the head of the Charles Regatta 2023. This is Charlotte Pierce. I'm with the producer of Ready Row USA. And I'm here at the community rowing tent with the three members, just three of you, of the Ukrainian national team, men's 8. Am I saying that correct?
Yes.
And since I'm not great at spelling Ukrainian names, can you just introduce yourselves and your colleague and tell us a little bit about your trip here and your plan for the race?
Sure. First of all, Charlotte, thank you for having us here and inviting us to join your podcast. It's a big honor for us. My name is Dmitro Gula. This guy is Igor Khmara and Ivan Dovgochko. So we all race in the 8 in the men's group.
Great, and we will put their names up when Andre gives me the actual names. I'll put them up on the website. So, thank you for coming, and it's been a long trip.
It has.
Yeah, it has. So, what have you been doing since you got here? When did you get here?
We got here the day before yesterday. In the evening,
right.
So we didn't get a possibility to come to the course and set up the boat or something like that. We did all that yesterday.
Okay.
So yesterday was our first practice on water, and basically the last before the race. So today we won't get a chance, and tomorrow is the big day.
Yes, and you were here last year for the first time.
Yes, the first time.
Yeah. And what was that experience like?
It was awesome, we carried that feeling and emotion throughout the whole year. So we are very excited to be here once again.
Did you hear everyone yelling at you in Slava Ukraini?
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it still is. And this is just a wonderful event. It's very pleasant to understand that somewhere our sport gets so much attention.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's just it's something for everybody at this place. It's like my friend is 79 years old. She was rowing yesterday for the first time. Single sculling.
Awesome.
I know, right?
Congratulations to her.
She is very inspiring.
It's never late. It's always
never too late. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your training and your team and how you prepare for a race like this.
Yeah, so it's been a regular training preparing for that race. We not that long ago we had the national championships, and before that we had the world rowing championships. So it sort of goes one by one within a few weeks span. So we did some stamina training, some more or less long distance training, aerobic training to prepare for that kind of distance, because we are more used to 2K than almost 5K.
Okay.
We did all that in the 8. We tried to gather together in Kiev as soon as we could to practice together. So it was more or less normal, nothing special.
Do you practice in Kiev? Yeah.
In Kiev.
Yeah. When did you leave there for Worlds?
No, before the Worlds we spent more than 7 months abroad. So, so if we look at the training, not before the head of the Charles, but before the World Rowing Championships, then we went on our winter training camp to Banyoles, Spain. We spent there 3 months since the beginning of February until the end of April. Then we've been to Zagreb, Croatia, took part of the first World Rowing Cup, and then went straight to Slovenia for the European Championships. And after that, we spent 3 months in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, as the final preparation.
Plovdiv,
Bulgaria. With just a small trip like not a long trip to Lucerne to race at the Lucerne Regatta.
Yeah. And the situation in your country how has that affected your? I know it's affected your lives. Can you talk a little bit about what's going on there now?
Yeah, so in terms of warfare and combat and all that, nothing has changed actually for the good, because still lots of our territories and people, most importantly, people are under occupation. Ivan's wife's parents are still on that territory, occupied territory. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was speaking about that when she came to the studio.
She was with you.
Yeah,
Yes,
her name is
Evgenia.
Evgenia, yeah.
Yes.
And you are
Ivan.
Ivan.
Yeah.
I got all the lists before, but my head is
too much of us.
my head is spinning. No, I love it that you could come and
Yeah. So regarding the situation on the battlefield, it's not becoming better, but sort of people get adjusted, in that way. Still, we have confidence in our victory finally, in the victory of our nation and our army. But still, we sort of adjust. Business is fully working in Kiev and in the most the cities that are not on the front line actually. So
Kyiv is the most safety city now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even in Odessa, where the danger is a bit higher, still everything is working. McDonald's, factories, cafes, restaurants.
I
All
hear
that.
about McDonald's. People seem to
but it's quite of a. You can look at that and know that everything life goes on. That's very important, even for the soldiers who come for some rest for weekend. They need to be in a normal situation, and this way it's also very promising. Like our people, our country are amazing. How they agree. Kyiv, for example, now is a super busy city.
Wow.
There are lots of traffic jams and
Traffic
all that.
jams. Just think about that in the middle of a war.
It's very nice to know that people
A lot
return
of
back
new
home.
people's coming to the Kyiv because of the war from the cities that are now in dangerous situation on the border of the war.
Sure.
Yes, a lot of people's coming and live and stay in Kyiv and work for our victory, for our force, for our army. Yes.
And do you have friends who are fighting now?
Yes. A lot of our rowers are on the border. Yes, on the border of the war.
Right.
Yeah, and
they're fighting now for us. Yes.
Yeah, and for example, the teammate that I first competed with on my first World Junior Rowing Championships in 2013, he got killed 2 months ago, and it's so close to me. It's hard to understand that it really is so. So on one hand, of course, it's good that life goes on, but on the other hand, we of course are all still have our minds all in that war.
Well, your country, your people have shown such a great example to the rest of the world. I just, that inspiration, the resilience, and the courage, just to not give up in that kind of a situation. I'm so sorry for your loss.
So we also made it through winter. We did our winter training before we went to Spain. We did in Kyiv for almost 3 months.
At Buravest. Buravest.
No, we did it we have an Olympic Center.
Olympic Center, okay.
In Panchazas, near Kyiv.
And it was for our country, it was maybe the most dangerous time, and the most difficult time for our countries, because Russian bombs electricity system every day. every night, every day, every night.
In Kyiv?
In Kyiv, in all countries.
Yeah.
They bombed the
Yeah.
electricity system, and it was a difficult times for our country. Yes. For our people, it was difficult. Yes.
Sometimes you could be deprived from electricity for more than one day.
Yes.
You wouldn't have any water, if you had electric heating, then you wouldn't have heating. Even the gas heating was quite a problem because most of the gas heaters work using electricity as well.
Yeah.
So they operate with electricity, and this was hard, especially for people who have kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the schools that are operating underground.
Schools working only that have bomb
shelters.
Yeah.
Only those schools that have good shelters, they are allowed to work. Otherwise, the lessons are held online.
Online, yeah.
Online, yes.
Is it still really hard in or getting in Kharkiv? Yeah,
Kharkiv, yes, very hard situation in Kharkiv.
they get
It's close
bombs
to the front line.
every
Yes.
right.
It's harder to defend Kharkiv and do the air defense there. Yes, of course. It's much harder. But still we didn't give up. We trained with no light. With no light,
No light.
No
Yeah.
light. No
Yeah.
light.
Without electricity.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
And,
So you're not getting the data fed up to the internet.
It's very happy that Concept 2 have the lighting of their monitors.
Yes,
Yes.
I get it. I get
super
it.
useful.
Very super useful, yes.
Yeah.
All the hall was filled with those backlit ergs, and just like stars.
Yeah, little stars.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I love it. Yeah. So, do you have regattas in Ukraine?
We had a national
Yes,
championship.
yes.
National championship.
Our federation is working too hard to keep sportsmen, to keep rowers,
Right.
especially youngest rowers. They make them the most biggest event in Ukraine. They try to do the best because youngest rowers is going to the Poland, going to the more safety, more countries. Yes.
And that's the future,
Yes,
It's you have to keep that. Otherwise, you have a big.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, we have a Ukrainian coach at my rowing club,
Yes.
Anton.
Yeah.
So he was saying one time they had to stop the regatta 3 times, go into the shelter,
Yes, it was.
and come back out.
Yes.
Yeah, wild.
This is how it's done.
All regattas now is spending only in Kyiv because it's a safety place.
Safe enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
safe enough.
Are there other places in Ukraine that have rowing clubs, or
A lot of.
yeah?
Especially the biggest one club was Kherson from Dima from
Oh.
Kherson, and now it's bombed out.
No way.
First, it was destroyed by Russians
Yes.
with the rockets and all that. But after that, the dam was also destroyed, and it was
and
fully
Kherson
flooded,
was
like
flooded.
few floors. So now it's. I don't know how it looks now, but
Not good.
I think it's probably gone. It's not. It's useless right now. It's just you need to demolish it and build a new one.
And the boats are all gone too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think that they could have survived that flood. If they had survived some destruction from missiles, because the missiles didn't hit the actual wrecks where boats stood. They hit the hotel and all that.
Yeah.
But the flood they wouldn't have managed to. 'Cause when it was flooded for almost a week. Then the water started to go out. So I don't think that's something valuable is left there.
And after the head of the Charles, how do you expect to do? What's your race plan for the head of the Charles?
So the race plan for the head of the Charles?
Yes. Row like hell.
Do our best.
When I was a few years ago, I was talking to the Dutch national team,
Yes.
I said, oh, how do you expect to do? And he said, well, I think we'll win, won't we?
Yeah, we thought the same
Last
last
year.
but the level of competition here and the level of preparation of the cruise is just incredible, really. Like
Yeah.
this competition is awesome,
We
really.
didn't do too badly. I mean,
We're in
We
the middle.
have the best cooks.
yeah.
We have the best cooks, so we
Yeah, the cox was incredible.
hope he help us.
Yeah.
Our cox wasn't.
Well, I row on this river, maybe 3-4 times a week. So I
So you
feel
know the
sorry for people who come and don't. I mean, because it's like ridges, trees. There was even a huge
Spectators.
what?
Spectators.
Spectators. Yeah, there was and the kayaks.
Yes.
It's like you'll have to dodge them. But there was a guy who brought a huge pumpkin to the river and was rowing or paddling across in the pumpkin, and then he left the pumpkin in the river. So.
Тик, я понял.
So the pumpkin was in the river, and they were a little worried that
It
the
seems
rowers would
it was
come.
very early. Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween was early. He was feeling the spirit.
Yes.
Do you have a Halloween?
Yeah, sure.
It's become more.
More common.
Coming more special for us.
It's like Christmas in Japan. Christmas is a
Yes.
big holiday in Japan. I don't know why. It's not a tradition.
We had Christmas usually like Orthodox Christmas on the 7th of January, but now everything has changed, and we will have this year will be the first time that we officially have Christmas, Orthodox Christmas on the 25th of December.
And what about? I heard something about elections. Are they still holding? Not going to have elections?
It seems it's not good for our country now because it's in the war. How we can prepare elections safety for our peoples?
Terrible.
In this situation.
To have all the watch of the election, like I don't know, safety. That's a big concern, and then all like change of government and all of that. It also can distract from what's important right now. It's a democratic process, and it should be held, but still, I think we have 1 or 2
Not
years.
necessary now.
Are people pretty supportive of Zelensky?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's amazing. I feel like, What do you think? Do you feel like the global support is still strong? And
From USA is the best support. Yes.
We do feel that support all the time. So we know that people get tired of war, especially abroad, and of course everyone has their own deeds and everything. But what we do is, of course, we are constantly in that war. We are monitoring the news every time we are anywhere in the training camps. If we are in Kyiv, we hear all that war when there are air attacks or something like that. It's always up there. So the main thing is the world shouldn't forget about it.
I know.
The world should unite around us, around our struggle, and also around Israeli struggle.
Absolutely.
It's all about three nations fighting for their freedom. There are enemies that want to capture them. They who don't think that they should exist, but like we want to be free. We want to be independent. We want to live on our own land peacefully and happily together with all our friends, all of other countries, and.
Well, we're all stronger when countries like yours are involved and engaged with,
So, in that unity, we will win. Because dictatorships, they always unite because they have like those. They have only one opinion, and those dictators are friends with each other, and they just.
It's so ridiculous. Like Iran, North Korea, and Russia are like.
China
to some extent, it's like what? It's just like the most.
But it's easy for them to unite with the help of propaganda and with the help of the thing that only persons are in charge, only a small group of people are in charge of those countries. But of course, in democratic countries, we always have dialogue and how we should behave or not behave. But I am really proud of our whole world that really mostly people understand the situation and they know that in unity is our strength.
Absolutely.
And we are stronger than any dictator regime just because we have our own opinion, our own mind, and we really value our freedom and our human rights and all that, like humanity, all that progress that our human civilization did throughout the course of history.
That's very well said, and in English too. Oh, your English is really good. Where did you just learn in college and traveling?
Sorry?
Did you learn in college or traveling?
My mother is an English teacher.
Oh, no fair.
Yeah.
You better speak. And you did?
Only in school.
Yeah, in school.
Yes, in school.
Yeah.
It was.
But traveling must be.
I have good school. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we went to Iceland in the spring, and there's just no one speaks Icelandic. It was except the Icelandics. So we just English was it.
We were now in Europe for 2 years, and I was surprised that Croatians speak English very well. Free speaking, absolutely. It was very surprising for me because then we go to the Bulgaria, and there is people.
Well, Bulgaria is quite. No, people know English in Bulgaria. I disagree with you. Really, like you don't get any problem. Croatia, like everyone speaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in Bulgaria, they do understand you, and Bulgarian people are also amazing.
Okay, yeah. Well, I went to a Ukrainian concert. I went to Kozak Project.
Mm-hmm.
They were here in Boston, and then Antitila.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
wow,
I
you
know.
Went
I loved it. Yeah, Anton went to Kozak. Also, I saw him
Kozak
there.
system.
Kozak system.
System, yeah. Is it project?
System must be. System.
Yeah. Anyway, beautiful. Everything's great. But the head of the lead singer was speaking in Ukrainian for about 45 minutes. Talking. It was mostly people from the diaspora, and so they were trying to raise money and stuff. And so I got out my Google Translate, and at least I got kind of a sense. It's not perfect, of course, but it's like it was helpful.
That's nice.
But yeah. So, well, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
We'll do some training. No, we'll do the training.
Oh, okay.
Training session on RP3. And go for
on RP3.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then we have a bite, and I don't know. The weather isn't good for walking. Yesterday we had a walk around downtown Boston. It was fun. Like, late in the evening, but
can you stay a little bit after the race to kind of hang out?
Yeah, we'll stay here up until Monday. And Monday evening we will travel to Florida to see one of our friends, very good friends. He invited us very much, and we'll meet him, stay there for 3 days, and then we'll return to here.
Did your wife tell you that we fed them barbecue ribs?
In Tampa?
No, your wife.
Женя рассказал, что барбекю кормили вас ребрышками. Когда?
At the studio.
Студия, кормили.
The interview.
Она была в студии.
Когда она была в студии?
Yeah.
Не помню.
They were very happy.
You don't recall.
Yes.
She didn't want to tell you that part.
Not to make him sad.
You're jealous. Yeah. Anyway, anything else you'd like to tell us? And what would you like to say about your country and what would you like us to know?
Everything will be fine. Yes, we will.
Good.
Yeah, our country will be victorious.
I believe it. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
very
for
much
coming
for
by. Yeah, we loved having you, and I will put your names on the website.
Yes.